See, I'm just a Pardot consultant, not a Salesforce expert, and I'm trying to learn more about the campaign influence reporting and how that all works and how that behavior works. So, wanted to do some tests here, and figured it might be helpful for other people to see this as well if you're in my same position. All right, so we're just doing some further testing here to make sure we understand very clearly how the campaign influence works. In particular, what is the cutoff point? Is it the closed state? Like, does the opportunity have to be closed won or closed lost to shut off, or is it based on the close date? Okay, so the date today is 3/21, so we're gonna set the close date on the opportunity to 3/20. All right, but we're not closing the opportunity yet. We're just changing that date. All right, so now we'll add this contact to the campaign has responded, and let's see, do we still get influence for that? No, it is based on the closed date, not the closed state. So we don't see that campaign showing up here. Okay, so yeah, the close date does seem to be the cutoff point here. And fun fact, if you have the close date set to the future, and you close. So this is today is 3/21. I've set the close date to 3/22. Now we're going to go ahead and close the opportunity right now. You see that close date changes to the date that we actually closed it. So that's really nice. Okay, now I'm going to test to see what happens if we change that close date to a date before someone was added to the campaign. So first associated date here is 3/20. The opportunity is already closed here. All right, we're just gonna hack the close date here and call it the 19th. And let's see if that impacts the reporting. Yes, it does. So if we change that close date retroactively, it does remove people from the campaign influence report. All right, last but not least, let's see what happens if let's say the close date was set uh, to an earlier date before the campaign touches. Okay. While it's still open, it was closed. The close date is set earlier, but then we move it to the close stage. These are the campaigns the contact is currently in with their member status update date. So they're added to these two campaigns on 3/20. All right. And now we're testing to see what happens when we change that opportunity to close. All right, so we'll select the close stage. They're added to those campaigns already. Now the closed date does not change to today's date uh, if it's set to an earlier date. So that's interesting to note. Okay, so yeah, if it's a date in the future when it's closed, the close date is updated to today's date. But if it's a date in the past, the date doesn't change. So one good takeaway from this is that, like, if we wanted to, for example, make the cutoff date for campaign influence to be like the day that the op was created, then we would need to change that close date to the date that it was created, um, and that would shut down the campaign influence, and we would not have to worry about like that date changing later when the opportunity is closed. Those campaigns would still uh, not be counted as influential. The only problem would be is if like the user were to change that close date to the actual date that it closed, then it would let those campaigns be influential.